Living the life we want not only requires doing the right things but also necessitates not doing the things that we will regret. Distraction is the thing that will impede us from making the progress towards the life we want. Hey guys, I am Dr. Himanshu Gupta and I have been guiding students for the past 3 years to help them get a good rank in AIIMS, PGI and NEET PG. So today in this video I am here to discuss with you all about distraction, how you can overcome this distraction, how you can stay focused while you are studying, and today I am going to dig deeper into this word of distraction. So let us begin guys. Imagine a line that represents everything that you do throughout your day. To the right are the actions that are positive, these are your attractions, and to the left are the actions that are negative, and these are your distractions. These are stopping you from achieving the things that you want in life. All behaviors, whether they tend toward attractions or distractions, they are prompted by triggers which can be internal or external. Internal triggers are cues from within. When you feel hungry, you feel like having a snack. When you are stressed out, you feel like talking to a friend. You open your Facebook. When you are worried about your NEET PG exam, you get tense. You open videos on the YouTube that will motivate you. You go out and have a cigarette. External triggers, on the other hand, are cues in our environment that tell us what to do next. If you see your phone ringing, you will pick up your phone and answer that phone call. If you see a friend, you will start talking to him. If you are in a library, you will start opening your books and start reading them. And when you are in a movie theater, you will enjoy the movie. So guys, in this video, I am going to discuss with you how you will master these internal triggers. In the part 2 of the video, I will discuss how you will master the external triggers. So before discussing how you will master these internal triggers, let us discuss what is this distraction. Distraction is just another way our brain attempts to deal with pain. When you are studying for long hours, for 2 hours, you feel exhausted, you feel the discomfort in your mind, and what you try to do, you try to have a look at the Facebook, your Instagram, YouTube videos, you go out with your friends, have a cup of tea, and this is how you get distracted and waste your time. If we accept this fact, it makes sense that the only way to deal with distraction is to deal with the discomfort inside us. You know, looking at the Facebook or the YouTube videos, that is not going to change anything. That is not going to decrease your stress. NEET PG will be held. It will be held on the same day. Okay, your syllabus is not going to get covered once you look at the Facebook videos. So you need to understand this. You need to understand this, that the only way to handle the distraction is by handling the discomfort that you are feeling. And I am going to tell you how you will handle this discomfort. If distraction costs us time, then time management is pain management. Just listen to this very carefully. So guys, if you learn how you will overcome this discomfort, how you will handle this discomfort, then you are indirectly managing your time. Guys, we are living in the safest, wealthiest and most educated time in human history. Yet, some part of our psyche causes us to look for an escape from things stirring inside us. When we are like tired after 2 hours of reading or after 1 hour of reading, we are just feeling the discomfort and we are trying to escape from this thing by having a look at the Facebook, everything, all the distractions that you do, all the unnecessary things that you do, that you waste your time in. And you need to understand this thing, that doing all those things will not going to help you in any way, and that is not going to relieve your stress also. You know, an 18th century poet has very rightly said, "My whole life is an escape from myself." Guys, I also want to tell you one important thing. Euphoria is temporary. You know, by looking at the Instagram reels, by watching videos like "ये मेरी कार है, ये मैं हूँ और हमारी बॉडी हो रही है," you will get this temporary euphoria. You can look at this video for 1 minute and you will be happy about it. But it cannot go on continuously. You need to understand this, that the happiness does not stay for a long time. In a study published in the Review of General Psychology, it said, if satisfaction and pleasure were permanent, there might be little incentive to continue seeking its further benefits or advances. In other words, being contented is not good for the species. Our ancestors worked harder and strove further because they were perpetually perturbed, and so we are today. Unfortunately, what is happening is that the evolutionary trait that helped our ancestors to work harder, to do more things, to continuously achieve their goals, it is conspiring against us today. Every desirable experience, a spiritual high, a passionate love, the pleasure of a new possession, the exhilaration of success is transitory. It is our discomfort that propels us to do something, that propels us to study for more than 10 hours, to give our best in these last few months before the NEET PG exam. Discomfort and dissatisfaction are your brain's default state, but we can use it to motivate us instead to defeat us. To harness its power, we must disavow the misguided idea that if we are not happy, we are not normal. Exactly the opposite is true. If you are not happy, if you are having a discomfort, if you are a little depressed, it is a perfectly normal. If you just accept this fact, recognize the pain and rise above it, it is the first step to becoming indistractable. So guys, by now you must have understood something about discomfort, something about distraction, and how this discomfort is leading to distraction. So now I will tell you how we can manage these distractions that originate from within us by changing the way we think about them. So there are three ways. We can reimagine the trigger, we can reimagine the task that we have to do, and we can reimagine our temperament. So let us first discuss about how we can reimagine the internal trigger that is leading to distraction. While we can't control the feelings and thoughts that pop into our mind, but we can definitely control what we can do with them. So I will tell you 4 methods that has been advised by a famous psychologist, Bricker. Okay, so the first method is that you have to look for the discomfort that precedes the distraction, focusing on the internal triggers that precedes the unwanted behavior, like feeling anxious or getting a craving or feeling restlessness. The second step that Bricker recommends is writing down the internal trigger, whether or not you subsequently fall into distraction. So he recommends that you note down the time of the day, what you were doing, how you felt when you noticed that internal trigger that led to the distracting behavior. So the third thing that you have to do is explore your feelings. You have to be curious about those internal triggers. You have to observe how you actually feel when the feelings crest in and when the feelings subside. Bricker advises that you have to stay with your feelings before actually acting on the impulse. When similar techniques were applied in a smoking cessation study, it was seen that participants who had better explored and acknowledged their cravings managed to quit smoking at a double rate than the normal person. Another one of the favorite Bricker's technique is leaves on a stream method. So according to this technique, what you will do, you will imagine that you are sitting beside a flowing stream and leaves are floating on that stream. So you will place each of your thought, each of your worry, anything that is disturbing you in your mind on each leaf, and you will see that thought, that worry floating on the leaf down the stream. This exercise will definitely help relax your mind. And the step 4 is that you have to be aware of your liminal moments. Liminal moments are those transition periods, like you are coming from your college and going to your hostel. So in that period of time you meet a friend and then you go out for a movie. When you come out of your library, you just want to relax for 5 minutes, but again what happens, you waste another 2 hours. So guys, you have to be aware of those liminal moments so that you don't waste your time just because you were relaxing for 5 minutes, just because you opened your Facebook for 5 minutes or you opened your WhatsApp for 5 minutes, you continued chatting with your friend or any person on that WhatsApp for another 2 hours. So you don't have to do that thing. So guys, we have already discussed that how you can manage your internal trigger. Now I will tell you how you can reimagine the task that you have in hand. One of the reasons that we get distracted from the task that we have in hand is because we get bored doing that task. And so what we have to do, what we have to try doing is that we have to try making that task more interesting. So I have seen students who what they do is that they will pick up their notes and they will just start reading it. So many toppers have said in their interviews that you have to read your notes multiple times. So what they keep on doing is that they keep on cramming their notes 5 to 6 times. Okay, and they end up not understanding anything, not learning anything. So guys, what is the different way? What is the different way with which you can make this boring task of studying more interesting? So guys, the way is very simple. Whatever that you read, try to understand it. You know, people just count the number of pages of the books they have to read today. They don't count what is going inside their head. They are just counting the number of pages of the note. So what you will do from today is that whatever that you will read, okay, if you cannot understand anything from the book, try to read few articles about it, try to Google that thing, try to read Medscape, okay, and you can use the various online platforms. Go for any online platform that you have heard of, that you have used, free features of. If you like it, go for it. These are very cheap nowadays. You can go for Dr. Najeeb sir's videos. If you utilize them during the MBBS, you will have a great interest in your studies. Then what students usually do is that they don't read good books, okay. So if you are studying anatomy, if you will read anatomy from BD Chaurasia, you will not get that much interest. But if you read that same thing from Grey's Anatomy, your level of interest will be different. If you start reading Harrison from the second year itself, you will get such a lot of interest in that subject. But if you will start reading Harrison in the final year, just 2 to 3 months before the exam, you will never be interested in medicine. So guys, the simple ways to develop interest in the task that you have in hand is that by doing it something differently. Even today, even if you have 1 month left for your preparation, try to understand everything that you read. And the last thing that I want from you guys is that you have to reimagine your temperament. So what do you mean by reimagine your temperament? It means that guys, you have to believe that you can do things. If you had not got a good rank in the previous exam, you have to believe that you can definitely do well in the next exam. If you had not studied in the past for more than 2 hours continuously, so now you have to believe that you can study for 3 hours at a stretch. If you had not attempted grand test in the past, so you don't have to believe that this is not made for me, I cannot do a grand test. You have to think, yeah, even if you don't have the motivation, you can still do it. So this is the mindset that you need to change. You have to start believing in yourself, okay. Even if you have met failures in the past, even if you had not been successful in the past with any kind of work, whether it is a difficult subject, whether it is an easy subject, okay, if you had not done well in the medicine or in the forensic medicine or microbiology, you have to believe that with hard work, with devoting a little more time, you can definitely improve in that subject. This is the same temperament you have to have for your distractions also. If you have been struggling to overcome your bad habits in the past, you don't have to think that you cannot do it now. So guys, I would like to summarize what I have said in this video. Dissatisfaction and discomfort dominate our brain's default state, but we can utilize them. Evolution favored dissatisfaction over contentment. It's because our ancestors were perpetually perturbed. They were able to work more hard. They were able to achieve more. So don't think that this dissatisfaction or discomfort is an abnormal thing. We have to utilize this thing to motivate us, okay. If we want to master distraction, we have to learn to deal with this discomfort. And the three ways that you can deal with this discomfort is that you can reimagine your internal trigger, you can reimagine the task that you have in hand, and you can reimagine your temperament. All the best, guys.